How do you go from being hated to captaining your country and becoming the engine of one of the biggest teams in England?
He's very important for this team because his work rate is unbelievable.
As a teenager, Dominik Szoboszlai left Hungary in search of a bigger stage, and many back home saw it as a betrayal.
But of course, as a Hungarian, you have to prove yourself.
But he didn't just prove them wrong, he made them believe. Now, he wears the armband for Hungary, and at Liverpool, he's the relentless force driving their midfield. Once doubted, now indispensable. This is the story of Szoboszlai.
Now Szoboszlai, yes! Yes for Liverpool! Yes for Dominik Szoboszlai!
It is Dominik Szoboszlai! He scored at the weekend, and Dominik Szoboszlai has scored again!
In the quiet town of Székesfehérvár, a young boy with a football at his feet and a fire in his heart dreamt of a stage far bigger than the streets he played on. His name, Dominik Szoboszlai. Raised in a footballing family with his father, Zsolt, as both a mentor and motivator, Szoboszlai's life was built around the game.
Because when you were younger, your dad was incredibly influential, wasn't he? Was it him that got you into football?
Yeah, he was playing football as well. And probably when I started to walk, he was already joking with me with the ball.
While other kids played for fun, he trained with an obsession.
And from 3 until 7, every day the same. Trained with my own team, trained with the youngest, trained with the elders.
Perfecting his touch, his vision, and his ability to strike a ball with elegance and precision. His father pushed him beyond limits, believing his son had something special.
He was with me always harder than with the others. Even the other parents was like, why are you so hard with him? And he was like, it will pay.
The dream was clear, to rise from the depths of Hungary's youth ranks to the heights of European football. His real breakthrough came at Phoenix Gold, a small Hungarian club with a reputation for producing talent. His performances caught the eyes of scouts beyond Hungary, leading to a move that would define his career. But life in Austria wasn't easy. A young Hungarian teenager away from home had to adapt to a higher level of intensity.
Circa mit 14 wusste ich schon, dass das mein Plan, also das ist unser Plan, dass ich weg von zu Hause bin. Und ja, war nicht einfach, sicher.
He was thrown into FC Liefering, Salzburg's reserve team, where the physicality of professional football really tested him. Many doubted whether a skinny playmaker from Hungary could handle it. Well, Szoboszlai, he answered those doubts with goals, assists, and performances beyond his years. By the time he turned 17, he was already dominating Austria's second division. His name was becoming impossible to ignore. In 2018, his moment arrived. Salzburg promoted him to the first team, and the Hungarian wonder kid was about to set Austria's Bundesliga on fire. He wasn't just a young talent anymore. He was the heartbeat of Salzburg's midfield, orchestrating attacks with his vision that seemed almost unnatural for someone so young. The 2019-2020 season proved to be his true breakout. He led Salzburg to a league and cup double, scoring 9 goals and delivering 14 assists. By now, he wasn't just a rising star in Austria, he was one of Europe's most sought-after young midfielders. By 2021, every major club in Europe had Szoboszlai on their radar. Instead of making a giant leap to an uncertain future, he took a calculated step forward, joining RB Leipzig for 20 million euros, making him the most expensive Hungarian footballer in history. It was supposed to be a dream move, the Bundesliga, the Champions League, a bigger stage to prove himself. But fate had other plans. A severe injury kept him out for 6 long months. He had barely signed for Leipzig before doubt crept in. Could he recover? Could he live up to the expectations? For Szoboszlai, quitting was never an option. He fought his way back, and when the 2021-2022 season arrived, he was ready to conquer Germany. He scored 6 goals, lifted the DFB Pokal, and proved that he belonged. The following season, he elevated his game even further, scoring against Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich, and shining in the Champions League. By 2023, it was clear he was too big for Leipzig. The world's biggest clubs came knocking. One of those clubs was Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp wanted him. The fans, though, weren't sure. 70 million euros was a massive price tag. Could he handle the pressure? Could a Hungarian really thrive at one of the biggest clubs in football history? Szoboszlai answered in the only way he knew how, by proving people wrong.
From the moment he came in, I don't think I've seen many players kind of like, the fans take to him straight away, with his kind of energy, his ability.
In his debut against Bournemouth, he was voted player of the match by Liverpool fans. From the get-go, it was obvious what he was going to bring to the team: energy and technical skill. Remember, this was the game where McAllister got the controversial red card, so Szoboszlai had to run double the distance because the Reds were down a man. Then a few weeks later, he got his first goal for the club. Surprise, surprise, it was a goal from outside the box.
Oh, what a strike! Dominik Szoboszlai with a stunning goal.
He not only became the first Hungarian to score for Liverpool, but he was also named the Charter's Men's Player of the Month.
See, it's a good situation to play your best football. That's what he pretty much did from the beginning.
By October of 2023, Szoboszlai had created the most chances for Liverpool in the Premier League with 21.
Well, Dominik Szoboszlai, in my opinion, is just a Rolls-Royce of a player. I'd seen him quite a few times.
Fun fact, this was actually the highest number of chances created by a Liverpool player in his first 9 games since 2003.
I got to say, once again, Szoboszlai is absolutely scary. I mean, the guy is so smooth, it's frightening.
The guy was everywhere. Like, look at his performance in the Merseyside derby. He was tracking back to win the ball, he was finding open players through traffic, and was spearheading the majority of Liverpool's counterattacks. Look at his heat map and passing map.
Of course, Dominik Szoboszlai was just hit the ground running this season, and we've already noticed from the jump that there is a connection on the pitch between you guys, a really good one. What is it about him that makes it click so quickly?
I think he's just a natural-born football player.
But unfortunately, after his hamstring injury on New Year's, he never looked the same. He came back from his injury to play against Norwich, but then on February 7th, it was revealed that he actually came back too early. Due to rushing back, he had to miss several matches in February, and I do think this is the biggest reason why he became inconsistent. Because after that incredible start, we saw nothing from him statistically. Buddy was just doing cardio. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I'm an eye test type of guy, but when you're an attacking midfielder, you gotta be putting up some sort of stats. You are in the attacking third constantly. Your literal job is to create chances, score goals, get assists. Especially at that time being in a Klopp Liverpool team. These guys were playing basketball in certain matches. I remember Slot telling Carragher that one of the first things he wanted to instill in the team was more control because the games used to be so back and forth.
The way I looked at it was that they used every moment they could to play the ball in behind or deep. That meant that the game was always also sometimes a bit open, especially in the last period of Jurgen.
Then the second thing is not only was he looking bad statistically, but he was also looking poor from the eye test. Which again is expected because recovering from a hamstring injury in a short period of time is difficult. It impacts your movement significantly, and that's why he was out there running like his Luke Littler.
Bang!
Oh! Careful! It's been raining today.
For the price that was paid for him, Liverpool fans wanted to see more. And me, as someone who watched him in the Bundesliga, I thought he would be miles better. He went from having played every minute of the club's first 10 Premier League games to constantly being subbed in crucial games. All of his stats were down. But Slot has figured out a way to rejuvenate him.
Because his work rate is unbelievable. He just keeps on running with the highest intensity. And that is so important for a team that wants to compete for something.
It's not just about him recovering from the hamstring problem. It's also the way that Caillou is using him. Caillou, I'm referring to Slot because they're both bald.
Do you think that's funny, butthead?
So firstly, Slot's 4-2-3-1 is more suited for an attacking midfielder than Klopp's flat 4-3-3. Because Szoboszlai was more of an 8 rather than a natural number 10 under Klopp. But now under Slot, he's occupying the spaces that he wants to be in. Look at his positioning for his goal and assist against Tottenham. Look at the spaces he occupied against United, against Ipswich. That's the beauty of Arne Slot. His system is super adaptable. No 2 games are identical. Look at Szoboszlai's passing in Liverpool's first 3 matches. At Old Trafford, the double pivot of McAllister and Gravenberch with Szoboszlai on the left is clear. Against Ipswich, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch formed the double pivot while McAllister was higher on the left. Against Brentford, Szoboszlai was in a role more in line with the system and shape that Liverpool had been working on in preseason, with the number 10 drifting towards the right hand side. The other thing that Slot did is he's having Szoboszlai make this specific type of run. So what Szoboszlai is doing is he's been instructed to make a bunch of decoy runs to open the space for Salah. He will run through the middle diagonally in front of Salah, but behind the defender to isolate Anubis in a 1v1 situation. From there, Salah can decide whether he wants to beat his man and score like he did against Brighton, or if he wants to make a cross to the back post like he did against Chelsea. Then if Liverpool are playing against a low block, Szoboszlai tries to exploit the opposition back line with central runs from deep. I'm pretty sure Casemiro still has nightmares from what Szoboszlai did to him at Old Trafford. Chad Hungarian penetrates Finnish Brazilian would be a great title if you want to convert those highlights into an adult film. Now keep in mind, even under Slot, Szoboszlai was rotated with Curtis Jones. Obviously a part of that was to keep everyone fresh given how many competitions Liverpool play in. It's also a good thing that Slot was doing this because I believe that fatigue was a massive reason why Szoboszlai essentially fell off a cliff towards the back end of the 2024 season. Klopp was using this guy more than Bonnie Blue's bedsheets. But I think the other reason was that Szoboszlai was also lacking consistency under Slot as well. Now, he's regularly delivering. And what makes Szoboszlai so good is this one key ingredient: his work rate. In the modern game, we don't see number 10s like Mesut Ozil or Riquelme anymore. Guys who really only focus their energy when they have the ball. Even attacking midfielders have to track back, and Szoboszlai, he's one of the best out there. Because even when the goals and assists aren't there, his work rate is there. His effort off the ball is crucial. Even Slot has talked about how Szoboszlai doesn't get the credit he should because running and dueling aren't super sexy to talk about.
In my opinion, he's a bit underestimated, not by me, but he doesn't always get the credits for the fact that he's very important for this team.
I don't think anyone's at the pub debating who has the best sprints per 90, let's be real. But that intensity, it's so important to the team. Because you see Liverpool press in a 4-2-4 shape, so Szoboszlai joins the striker in the first line of press. His pressing often forces turnovers in dangerous areas, leading to quick goal-scoring opportunities for Liverpool. Slot's pressing system literally doesn't work if the attacking midfielder doesn't have endless stamina. That's why he rotates so much. The higher up the pitch they win the ball, the better. And it's not just about running like a chicken with your head cut off. You have to be both committed defensively and have a good tactical understanding. Because the thing is that Liverpool aren't always pressing aggressively. Knowing when to push and when to drop back into the defensive shape is crucial. Then when Liverpool do get the ball back, it's about control. Under Klopp, it was a little bit too much kicking inshallah, which Szoboszlai can do. He's great at the long passes. But now he maintains possession and looks for the best passing option available.
With Jurgen, we just did win the ball and go directly to the goal and score. What is actually was working sometimes. But now that's the difference, that we have more the ball, we are more calm and just build up from behind.
Because realistically, he has the vision and quality to pick out any type of pass. All Szoboszlai has to do is consistently create chances and score goals on top of his work rate. If he can do that, then the sky is the limit for Liverpool. Now, of course, what I said is easier said than done, but it's not like anyone's asking Szoboszlai to do something that we haven't seen from him before. He is a great goal scorer. He is great at creating chances. He just has to do it more consistently. He has the technical quality to play an inch-perfect pass, then smash the top bins. Nobody is asking him to do something that we haven't seen him do before. In fact, there's another way that Slot has been using the Hungarian that I didn't cover in this video. It's something that I haven't seen anyone talk about. To see the strategy, you gotta check out this video right here.